what about like when it's a challenging time? Like, I don't know if it's been like that, but have there been times in the naturopathic business where it's like, "Ooh, boy, I'd like to get some new customers in here." And how has that changed or maybe helped you prioritize or think about how you know where to start?
Yeah. So I probably haven't dialed any of these systems in because
Hmm.
it always feels a little bit like by the time I have that thought, like,
Hmm.
oh, I think like, for a while I wasn't accepting any new clients
Right.
and but it was like, all right, we're at threshold. And then my capacity at work shifted and it was like, great, like now's time. I probably told two people, but then like people started finding
Network. Yeah.
on the internet, like I have terrible website. It's got
Huh?
horrible SEO.
Mm.
Like I've done nothing
Hmm.
to it.
I love
But
it.
people who knew about people. So it it has always honestly felt like this really organic
Hmm.
process that maybe somebody who came to a lecture I did 3 years ago,
Hmm.
now is the time and they might reach out.
Right. Beautiful. There were so many gold nuggets in what you just said. I just that I think folks would be. So what I want to just point out was sort of interesting is you mentioned like it's organic. I mentioned to a couple people I have openings, and all of a sudden I have plenty of business again. But you also were pretty well established, and you had but you had done some lectures in the past, and people remembered you from those lectures, and those take time. And I think that if I could just start anywhere, I think patience is really important when getting started with marketing any new business. I don't Doesn't matter what you're doing. Whenever when I used to do more marketing consulting, and I can just say, tactically sort of speaking, it just takes time to get people's minds opened up to what you're doing. And so that's a natural thing, and you're already aware of that, which is really cool. So you kind of like you have that sense, and while it's different, a naturopathic business is a little different. I'm sure like somebody gets sick and then they reach out. They have a clear thing where I know sometimes coaching can be a little more like, well, do I need a coach? Do I need to just do more yoga? I don't know. Do I need to go on a hike? Do I need to do a walkabout? People, they may solve like a coaching related, issue with a lot of different, their own self-care and network, therapy or something else. But what you're saying it really holds true, that it takes time, and that there is a seasonality to it, and that there will be by word of mouth, and by stimulating word of mouth, by what you said. Just I mentioned to a couple of people, hey, I've got some capacity in case you know anybody. Those are very tried or tenets, I would say, of marketing and coaching business as well. So if that makes sense. So does that
Yeah.
help at all? Does that feel, or does it just feel like
Well,
not helpful, Dave? I already know that. I'm not looking for my own grade here, but just sort of how does that resonate for you?
I mean, yes.
Hmm.
And I already want to be there already
Hmm.
is the like, a little bit of that,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
new impatience.
Yeah.
Um, there's something in what you just said too. Oh, just as an interesting side note, the instance that I was just thinking about, the couple of people that I told actually were not the people that ended up leading to the referrals.
Oh, really? Okay. So just kind of put it out in the universe. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
One of them does frequently refer to me, but
Okay.
at that moment in time, that was
Hmm.
not the
Okay. Well, just
anyway.
to put a little bow on that, just for others who are, is that there will be people who are really good at referring you business and people who are not. And so when you find ones that are really good at referring you business, those are ones to make sure you thank, make sure you let them know that you're aware of what they're doing. And I think, also let them know when things change, like any sort of service offerings, like if you decide to do group coaching or a different type of coaching, those are the people you want to really clue in. Maybe you want to find the right barometer of how often you touch base with them, but don't lose track of those folks. Those are your multipliers. That's the way I think of it. Um, every business, it's like we all have these frequent customer programs, right? You go to Starbucks, you earn certain points. You go on an airline ticket, all of these companies like to know who their best customers are, because those customers are more likely to feel good about your services and share it. And so when you're building an organic type of business, word of mouth is really important. So now these folks may not have, in this case, done it. It's still the right idea. And I think really cool that you know that. So